Hi, everyone. Sorry again about my voice. It's gotten progressively worse as the day has gone on. Um, for this analysis, I wanted to look at ACTE 630 because it was the most recent course I took, and I feel like it really encompasses a lot of the QM requirements on the rubric. So I'm kind of just going to walk through this course and how it meets up to the QM rubric. So, one of the first things that the QM rubric talks about is the course overview and introduction. And I think one of the best things about all of the courses of Ollie's that I've taken are that there's a very thorough explanation of what we're going to be doing in a course. I'm a person who really likes to know why I'm doing something and kind of know big picture. So knowing all of this in advance, this whole getting started section here, knowing all of that in advance, really kind of eases a little bit of my anxiety. It's not like it's there's no gotcha moment for me in any of these courses, and I've definitely taken courses both in my undergrad and even some like professional developments that I've done where I definitely feel like there's been a lot of gotcha moments where my instructor has kind of kept something hidden to, I don't know, make sure we're paying attention or something like that. And I think it's kind of trivial sometimes. So I definitely like the course overview and introduction that these courses have, and I feel like they're pretty thorough. And on top of the course overview and introduction, there's a lot of explanation of each of the different modules. So if you look over on the left side of the screen with me over here, all of the different modules that we had in ACTE 630, they all, like the course that we're taking right now, they all have their individual sections, but they all also have an overview, which is really, really helpful because sometimes, I'm taking these during the school year. I've got a lot going on. I need to know exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So these module overviews are also really, really helpful. Everything is very organized. It has a place. So that was really helpful. And I definitely feel like meets the QM standards there. As far as the learning objectives, this section with each of the module overviews definitely goes into that as well because it's very laid out, and I'm a list person. So this sorry, my mouse is all over the place. This section right here where we've got all of these numbered lists of what exactly we're supposed to be doing, that is super, super, super awesome for me. That's a really big thing for me. Anywhere that I can take a numbered list, or that I can see a numbered list, I am definitely going to be interested in it because it's just how my brain works. It's how I'm organized. So that has been really helpful as well. It's easy for me to say, okay, I've already done 1, 2, and 3. What do I need to do now? Okay, we're going to move on to 4. So the learning objective they're very clearly stated, which is something that I appreciate. The different types of assessments that we've done are there's consistency in the assessments, and there's also some differentiation in the assessments. So if you look at like this module 1 here, what we were doing is we had discussion board posts for every module, which was pretty standard. But then we also had some kind of almost like project that we were doing. So for this one, we did a video where we had to introduce ourselves. And I have no idea where mine is, so I won't even try to find mine. We can look at Kevin's. So yes, we had the discussion forum, but we had to take this video and introduce ourselves. And I just did mine through Google Slides, but we had a couple of different ways that we could do it. So then we embedded the video there. So this part was one of the types of assessments that we could do. And then we kind of had this conversation afterwards in the discussion as well. As far as some of the other modules that we did, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Some of the things that we did here, and I just picked a random module, but we had that consistency with the discussion forum, so we knew what we were going to be doing. But then we also, so this one was about synchronous tools. You needed to record a 10-minute session, a synchronous session where you teach your content to at least 3 students. And I know this one personally, I'm kind of glad I clicked on this one, but this one personally was most stressful for me because I was learning new online tools and I did it with like actual students that I have this year. And we had trouble just trying to get them on the synchronous tool and so on and so forth. But it was neat. It was different to actually be able to experience it, because there's no way that I would have been able to talk about it without actually having experienced it. So there's definitely a lot of, while there is consistency in some of the assessments that we do, there's also some kind of variation as well. So it's not the same thing over and over and over again, which is nice. The instructional materials, everything was provided to us very similarly to how it is here. The only thing we were responsible for was our textbook. But any kind of other learning that we needed to do was provided for us. The videos were here. There's links, like we have the links. This time we had the NPR podcast. So yeah, all of that was provided to us. And it was nice because I've taken courses where all I've done is read from a textbook, or all I've done is read literature about whatever I'm learning about, or theory about whatever I'm learning about. And that gets really daunting and really tedious for me. And I don't like that. So I really like the kind of difference in the instructional materials, like the videos and the podcasts. And we watched commercials in one of these modules for online schools, which was neat. So definitely they're very readily available. They're kind of different in their format. So that definitely hits those QM standards as well. You saw from the discussion boards that there's a lot of interaction between classmates. And that was something that, excuse me, that was something that I really appreciated. I'll just pick another random module. The discussion forums, where I really had a lot of, I really had a lot of interaction with my classmates, and a lot of really awesome collaboration and conversation with my classmates as well. So that was really neat. And I learned a lot from them from these discussion forums. So, I mean, you can see these, of course, I'm pulling up all ones right now that have 0 replies. But actually, this may not have been one that we needed to reply to. Oh, there's one with replies. But yeah, this was something that we really had a lot of success with, because we had that we had the ability to communicate whenever we needed to. And it was just really nice to be able to share with one another. And I know one of the things, we have that help, excuse me, that help discussion in our current class. We also had that here. And that was something that a lot of people used. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, when I just logged on to this one, there were 825 unread discussion posts. Now that's unread by me. But now I probably read between 50 and 100 discussion posts during this. So we've got close to 1,000 different variations of conversation going on here. So that's definitely something that there was a lot of collaboration here. We were, watching each other's videos. We were responding to the responses that we were getting. So there was a lot of collaboration and a lot of interaction. And it was very nice. The course technology, there was a lot of technology involved, lots of different types of technology involved. A lot of our modules revolved around different kinds of technologies that could be used in an online classroom. So definitely a lot of trying, failing sometimes, but a lot of trying different kinds of things and figuring out what works and what didn't. So that was really something that I appreciated. Like I said in my post earlier, Nearpod was one that I hadn't had a lot of interaction with, saw a couple of people use it in this class, and then ended up using it a lot myself, so much so that my district ended up just buying me an account. I'm going to stop this video, pick up in a second one.